Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. New video emerges of Cowboys star CeeDee Lamb amid holdout. CeeDee Lamb isn't in training camp with the Dallas Cowboys, but the star wide receiver is still staying sharp. Lamb's trainer, Delphonte Diamond, posted a video on Sunday, August 4th, of Lamb working out on the beach. The Pro Bowl pass catcher can be seen working on his speed, agility, and route running in some deep sand. Lamb is seeking a contract extension that matches the lucrative deals recently secured by some of his peers. Notably, Minnesota Vikings All-Pro Justin Jefferson signed a 4-year, $140 million extension with $110 million guaranteed. Lamb's goal is to achieve a similar financial commitment, reflecting his value to the Cowboys and performance on the field. Lamb finished last season with a league-high 135 receptions for 1,749 yards and 12 touchdowns. He was a first-round pick in 2020 and is heading into the final year of his rookie contract. Lamb is due to make $17.9 million on his fifth-year option. Lamb has been quiet during his holdout but recently spoke to Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. He wished Prescott a happy birthday on July 29, but the two also discussed Lamb's situation. "My birthday just passed, got a great happy birthday message from him, and that led to some talks," Prescott said. "Yeah, man, I know he just shared with me he's wanting to get back, ready to get back, hoping this thing gets done for him. I know I am as well, and hopefully we get him back sooner than later. But I know he's grinding, I know he's itching and working, and he's ready to be back with the boys." Training camp is always a good time to build chemistry and knock off the rust. But Cowboys owner Jerry Jones doesn't seem too concerned about Lamb missing time, citing his connection with Prescott. "Well, what's exciting is how hard they worked this summer together. They spent a lot of time," Jones said on July 29. "Consequently, I'm not at all worried about him missing a few practices here at the start of the year. We're 6 months away from getting in a spot to play in that Green Bay game, so we've got a lot of time left. But they've done a lot of work together. CD, when we drafted him, we were ecstatic because he had fallen to us. And he's been that and more for the franchise. He's a player that gives you a lot of ways to move the ball with him in the ballgame." The Cowboys are actively negotiating contract extensions with Lamb and Prescott, who is heading into a contract year. Cowboys seeking escape hatch with Dak Prescott contract. A newly revealed sticking point in the contract negotiations between Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys appears to be the length of his next deal. Prescott is heading into a contract year. Last season, he topped the NFL in completions, 410, and touchdown passes, 36, amassing 4,516 passing yards. Prescott finished second in MVP voting and will likely make top dollar if he hits free agency. While the money needs to be sorted out, especially with some new quarterback contracts falling into place around the league, how long Prescott will be linked to the Cowboys is also proving to be an issue, per Mike Florio of Pro Football Focus. Market-level contracts present plenty of potential issues, well beyond market value. For the Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott, his next deal, if there is one, will be the product of push and pull as to many different factors, Florio said. For example, one sticking point in the Dak deal, we're told, relates to the team's escape hatch. How many years will they be tied to Prescott, in the event he regresses or they otherwise decide to make a change? Florio noted that the length the Cowboys desire is uncertain. It could be 2 or 3 years, keeping Prescott around until his mid-30s. The Cowboys are still open to extending Prescott before the season opens on September 8. But Jerry Jones and the rest of the brass in Dallas should not expect Prescott to take a discount on his next deal. "I'm a guy that grew up with 2 older brothers," Prescott said on Friday, August 2. "You understand what a brotherhood means, not only for just this team but the fraternity of the NFL and the players. The money is out there and the money can happen. It can be done. There's ways to make everything work for both ways. In that sense, it's always about pushing the envelope for the next man. Prescott has not been sweating the contract talks. He's letting his agent handling it and is focusing on his preparation for a critical year. I've never truly cared about the number, whether it was the first time in the franchise tag and the negotiations or now, Prescott said. That's why I said I have an agent that I'm confident in and a front office that we can figure out something for both of us that makes sense. Prescott has been without his top pass catcher, CeeDee Lamb, during the early stages of training camp. Lamb is holding out for a new contract that will put him on par with other top receivers in the league. I know he shared with me he's wanting to get back, ready to get back, hoping this thing gets done for him. I know I am as well, Prescott said. Hopefully we'll get him back sooner than later. But I know he's grinding and working and ready to get back to work. Lamb finished last season with a league-high 135 receptions for 1,749 yards and 12 touchdowns. He was a first-round pick in 2020 and is heading into the final year of his rookie contract. He's due to make $17.9 million on his fifth-year option. Cowboys QB named potential replacement for Deshaun Watson. If the Cleveland Browns decide to make the costly move of parting ways with Deshaun Watson next offseason, one potential replacement could be Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Prescott is entering a contract year with the Cowboys, and there hasn't been much movement on the three-time Pro Bowlers landing a new contract. Without a new deal, Prescott will be a free agent next offseason, which could lead to the Browns making a run at him. Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio listed the Browns among the teams that could be interested in Prescott. Ultimately, it comes down to 1. The number of teams that will be looking for veteran quarterbacks in 2025, and 2. What they'll pay to get Prescott, Florio said. We know that, after 2024, teams will decide to make changes. Possibilities when the current season ends include the Jets, Steelers, Browns, if they're willing to eat $92 million for Deshaun Watson, Titans, Raiders, Giants, Saints, Rams, and Seahawks. Watson is currently linked to the Browns through the 2026 season. As Florio mentioned, the financial implications of cutting Watson would be staggering. Last season, Prescott topped the NFL in completions, 410, and touchdown passes, 36, amassing 4,516 passing yards. He finished second in MVP voting and will likely make top dollar if he hits free agency. As it stands, that number is around $55 million per year. That will likely be even higher a season from now. The Browns traded a trio of first-round picks to acquire Watson in a 2022 trade. They also gave him a $230 million fully guaranteed contract. In his dozen games with the Browns, Watson has passed for 2,217 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Watson is rebounding from shoulder surgery, and it's been a long path back for the former Pro Bowler. He started ramping up his work in training camp, and the Browns have liked what they've seen. He's done a nice job throughout the days that he's throwing, Browns coach Kevin Stefanski told reporters on Friday, August 2nd. I thought he was doing really well. He's focused, locked in. Even today, proud of him for being in the huddle, giving coaching points. I think that's such a huge part of this as the starting quarterback, is even on a day like this where he gets an off day throwing, it's not an off day from a leadership perspective, and he did a nice job. Watson understands he's under pressure to produce. But he's also not letting the external noise drag him down. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.